Hello and welcome to another episode on Football Talk Podcast. My name is Ozzie and I'm your host for today's show. Now, we may not be in the Champions League, but we still have European football to look forward to in the shape of the Europa League. I don't know about you, but I'm still excited about this competition as I believe we will be one of the strong contenders and we're certainly here to compete. Plus, these group games are a great opportunity for Klopp to rotate his squad and keep everyone fit throughout the season, which is always helpful in terms of development of certain players, but also making progress in competition. So before we get into predicted lineups, let's take a brief look at our opposition, and that is Lask, currently third in the Austrian Bundesliga. They played 7 games so far this season. They've won 4, drew twice, and lost 1. Defeat was against SK Sturm Graz, who are currently second in the Austrian Bundesliga. So we're certainly facing a strong Austrian team who are definitely competing for the title. In terms of the way they set up or the formation, the start of the season they played a 4-2-3-1, but in the last 2-3 games they recently deployed a 3-4-3 formation, and I believe that's the formation that they will set up against us, and this brought them luck in recent weeks. They made 10 signings in the summer. Most of them were loan signings. I mean, a couple of them were loan signings. Most of them were free transfers. They sold one of their star players in Keito Nakamura, who I'm sure us Liverpool fans would have heard this name before because we were very strongly linked with him in the last few months. He's joined the French team Stade Reims for a reported fee of 12 million euros, which is a shame for us, as it would have been nice to have seen how he would have performed against Liverpool, but it is what it is in that regards. In terms of the danger men for this team, I think it would be one of their new signings, and that is Elias Havel. He's a wide forward and capable of scoring goals. So far, he has 2 goals and assists in 4 games. Another player is their top scorer, which is Robert Zulch, who has 3 goals and 2 assists to his name. Not a high-scoring team, but certainly the danger men in this Lask team. So what I'll do today, I'll present the predicted lineup for Lask, and then I'll present my predicted lineup for the Liverpool team. If you're watching live, feel free to drop a comment and let me know who you'd like to see play for Liverpool in tomorrow's fixture, or if you have anything to say, feel free to drop a comment. So let's share the Lask team. So it's pretty much. So I've looked at the last few games. They've pretty much played a 3-4-3, but they have rotated a lot of their players. But I feel like this is probably their strongest 11. So you've got Lawal as their goalkeeper, pretty much a mainstay goalkeeper. You've got a back 3 of Lucaneda. Andrade is a new signing, and he's embedded really well into the team. You got Ziares, I think his name is. So hopefully I won't butcher that name. So you got a strong back 3 there. Bello is, from what I know, a very pacey fullback, but he's playing as a left midfielder now, so he's probably one to look out for. Wouldn't highlight him as a danger man in terms of goals, but he will definitely bomb down that wing and could cause us trouble there. You've got Hovarth and Jovic as the centre midfield pairing, and you've got Flecker, who's known for contributing in terms of goals, but also a playmaker in this team. And front 3, you've got Havel, who is a new signing, left winger, but likes to cut in and shoot, so definitely one to look out for. Zulch, I think by trade is actually an attacking midfielder, but can play up top as well, so he might drop deep and cause Liverpool some havoc, kind of like a false 9 sort of role. And you've got Ljubic, who's their right winger. So this is my predicted lineup. I think this is the setup. They will do a 3-4-3. We could be surprised they might switch to a 4-2-3-1, which is a formation they've played in the past. But I feel like because they've got some good results in recent weeks and they've got the right personnel for this formation, it might be the team that we come up against tomorrow evening. So I can't say I know too much about this team, so I'm intrigued and excited to face this team tomorrow. At this day, I've only watched bits and bobs of the team, so we'll see how the game pans out. In terms of Liverpool, what I'll do is share a graphic with you guys, and then we can present my predicted lineup as well. So here we go. So at this stage, it's blank right now. So we'll go through each position and select the player in terms of why I want them playing in tomorrow's game. So the first one, I would actually play Kelleher. I think this is the right type of game to bring him in. He hasn't had much game time so far this season. So I feel like in this sort of fixture where it's an away game as well, he'll gain some valuable experience playing in different environment, different stadiums. And, I know it's the Europa League, so we are taking it seriously, but I do feel like Kelleher is more than capable of playing and starting in this competition. Fantastic goalkeeper, as we all know. So I think this would be the perfect game to start him in this game. And then back four, I think a lot of people will have split opinions in terms of who plays where. From what I know, Van Dijk is available and Konate is available as well. In terms of other team news, Thiago is back in training, but I don't believe he's match fit from what I know. Klopp actually remained very tight-lipped about who would be playing this fixture, so we'll do our prediction and take it from there. But left back, I'd like to see Tsimikas get some game time. Robertson, it's got nothing to do with his performance. I feel like maybe a break would be required in terms of having the energy to play against West Ham over the weekend. And I think squad rotation is key, especially when you've got cup competition coming up as well. So for me, he would go there. Right back, I'll actually start Gomez. If we had the likes of Conor Bradley in the team, I might have placed him there. But I'm going to go for Joe Gomez with this one. Brings experience to that back line. And can do really well bombing down that right side. Not as an inverted fullback, please, because that did not work against Wolves. So play the traditional right back, and I think he'll do a great job. I think Kwanzaa should get some game time as well, on the basis that Van Dijk and Konate are back. So his time in the Premier League or the next upcoming games will be limited. So this is a fantastic opportunity for him to gain some valuable European experience, playing against an opposition where different style of play, and so he'll encounter different type of players around him. So, one for his experience and one for his development. So I'll definitely start him in this game. This one will be a debate, but I'm going to go for Matip. I think his experience will be valuable in this setup. And looking at the back four, it's a strong back four. Kwanzaa's young, but he's more than capable of playing amongst the big boys, or the so-called big boys, if you want to phrase it like that. So for me, that is a good defensive backline. In terms of the defensive mid, I would like to see Endo some game time. He hasn't really played much. I think the last time he made an appearance was, I think it was against Aston Villa. So he didn't play against Wolves, and I think he might have came on as a late sub during that fixture. So it's been a while. He had a great international week for Japan, beating Germany 4-1. So he's probably in good spirits in terms of playing and being in good form. So I feel like another good game for him to get used to how we play, but also start from the beginning and just gain some experience playing with other players in Liverpool. So I'll definitely start him there. Another one I would start is Gravenberch. I know he's just joined, made a late cameo against Wolves over the weekend. But I feel like this is probably the perfect game to embed him into the team. He'll be playing against an opposition that respectively wouldn't offer like a high threat on him. So this would be more of like a training type of game. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I feel like he can regain some fitness, and then hopefully that will put him in good contention to play in upcoming Premier League games. So I feel like he needs to get up to speed. I know he's had preseason with Bayern, but he hasn't really played much with us, as he was a signing made on transfer deadline day. So I feel like, it'll be a great time to see him unleashed. And looking forward to seeing how he plays. His partner on the right-hand side is a debatable one. I think some would probably put Elliott there. I personally would like to see Curtis Jones there. I think Curtis Jones would just add a bit of experience in that midfield, because Endo, I know he's 30 years old, his experience, but he hasn't played in this Liverpool team that much. And Gravenberch has just joined the club as well, and he's a young player. So if you've got someone like Curtis Jones, who's still young, but has the experience to really boss that midfield as well. I feel like this would be a good balance midfield in this team. So let me know what you guys think in terms of the lineup there so far. On the right-hand side, I know a lot of people saying Ben Doak. I'll probably start off with Harvey Elliott due to the fact that he's been in fantastic form whenever he's come off the bench. And I feel like because he hasn't really started many games, this is a great opportunity to have that start, to give him a boost and maintain this high level of confidence that he's currently playing with. So not a bad game to present where the pressure is not very high in terms of getting a result. Obviously, we're expected to win, but it's not at the latter stage of the competition, for example. So in this game, he kind of just focus on his game and just, maintain his fitness as well. So I'd start Elliott on the right-hand side, but I would have Ben Doak on the bench to come on if required. Up top, I'm going to have Darwin Núñez. I think he's going to cause havoc in the Europa League. So I feel like he will be someone that is selected quite often in this competition. And yeah, if he's like scoring a number of goals in this game, that brings him into strong contention to start against West Ham on the weekend, but with high confidence, scoring 1 or 2 goals, whatever the number is. So I think for him, it's just keep maintaining that momentum, that rhythm, because he's been in and out of the team. But whenever he has stepped on the pitch, he's done really well. So excited to see how he does. And on the left, I've actually gone for Jota. I feel like last few games, Jota hasn't really played as many minutes as he probably would have liked. So he's slightly lost that sharpness in front of goal, in my opinion. So I feel like this game would be a great way to polish up his tools and I guess get back into scoring ways. But overall, I feel like it's a balanced attack as well. So this would be my lineup against Lask. So let me know what you guys think. Is this the selection that you would go for? Let me know. Just got a few comments here, which we'll go through. A's Football Waffle said they got Ozzie, but come on, Lask. Thank you, Eddie. Man United fan there. Just realized you guys lost 4-3, so I need to catch up on that. I actually didn't watch the second half, so yeah, always a difficult task at Bayern Munich there. So hopefully you're having a good evening regardless. A comment here from Philip Bidwell. Big up, Ozzie. It's my first time here since I subbed to you when you was a guest on another Liverpool channel. Thank you, Philip, for tuning in, and thank you for subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate your support. Another comment here. Sideline Football Show. Big up, brother Ozzie. Big up to yourself as well. And then you've gone and commented saying Elliott plays more on the right. Jones likes to play on the left, though. He does, but I feel like he's more than capable of playing on that right side of midfield. And Gravenberch, for me, that is his more natural side. He likes to play on the left. I feel like he likes to cut in as well. I feel like with Jones, he's a very intelligent player. He can play on the right. I can't remember who the opposition was, but when he scored a couple of goals last season, he was actually playing on that right-hand side, so it might actually suit him to play in that role. So I think playing him there would add a great balance to the team, but also with Harvey Elliott on the right-hand side, it would be a good sort of interaction between the two. So they can both interchange if required, but I'm sure they can hold their ground in terms of their positions there. And you said agree on Jota and Núñez. Yeah, I think a lot would agree. I think VVD beside Matip. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at that, to be fair. I just probably wouldn't want to play Van Dijk in this fixture. I'd rather save him for the weekend fixture. I know he's not played for, it's been quite a few weeks now, hasn't it? Because we had an international break as well. But who knows? Klopp might play him just to get some fitness. I would rather just wait until the weekend. And then, yeah, because let's be honest, he's our captain, so he will be probably selected in most games this season. So yeah, I'd rather keep him for the more tougher games than other games, to be fair. And you just said yes, few weeks. Yeah, he's been out for a few weeks, but I'm sure he'll be fine. I'm sure he's more than capable. He did play international football, I believe, so I don't think he got the best of results for his country, but he was still active. So still pretty much active in terms of playing football. So I would have no doubt in terms of if he does play, fine. If not, I'd rather save him for the West Ham game. And in terms of score predictions, so I don't see us losing, obviously. And that's been as respectable as possible. I'm going to go for a 3-0 victory. And if I was to choose the goal scorers, I'd go for a Nunes goal, Jota goal. I'd love to see Gravenberch get a goal, so I'll place Gravenberch as the third goal scorer. So yeah. And that is it for today. Quick one today. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. Thank you to Eddie's Football Waffle, Philip Bidwell, and Sideline Football Show for your comments. Appreciate your contribution as always. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. The next show will be tomorrow at 10 p.m. For this game's match reaction. So make sure to tune in. It's a call-in session as well, so feel free to come on the show and have your say. So until next time, guys, take care, stay safe, and I hope to see you all very soon.